Space. The final frontier. With Ace Kerbal Knox at his disposal, SUMIVEX blasts off into the cosmos. Will he leave Jeb stranded on the Mun? As usually, or will Jeb become a legend among his kind? With Kerbal engineering, constructing rockets from barely legal parts that are held together by tape and hope. Can he prosper with the ever-present threat of the Kraken, ripping ships apart like they're nothing but a noodle? SUMIVEX, create a SpaceX of his own. In today's Kerbal Space program, Sumi will explain basic fundamentals of rocket science he barely understands. Sumi Space Enterprise.
Yo, it's me, SUMIVEX. Back at it again. Able to do. How's that? This is going to be episode 1, basically. Yeah, so first thing we need to do, we need to go into the mission, what's it called? Mission control. Which is this tiny little building over here. Gonna be a sort of, we need to launch our first vessel, so we can, at the minute we can take 2 active contracts, as you see here. Max 2. This can be changed later on by upgrading. Okay, so we selected the first 2. I believe I got it right. It is gather scientific data from around Kerbin. Very, very easy. And collecting science, which is the name of the game. And launching our first vessel. So this is what we're going to... Guys there? I love being on split screen when it's on Kerbal. If I click the edge, it comes off. Right. So I'm going to pop one of these on. So we've got a cockpit. We got a thruster. And we need something that's going to slow us down. However, we don't need this much. We probably only need that much first. Barely need to leave the ground, really. We're probably already overkilling that. Let's toggle snap. I'm gonna just, because we want to, and we are gonna swap Jebediah or this. So we're going to launch first vessel, so we can technically launch our first vessel. Before we need to do that, we need to get science, which we easily do from Launchpad, because you see these places here, all these different buildings, they actually count as biomes, and the biomes are technically where you gather data from. So we have just observed the Mystery Groove, review the data. You didn't seem to be right now. We're in the middle of the launch pad. Use normal. Now what we can do is do a crew port, right? Keep the experiment. Then if we EVA report. However, if we take the data, we have now just stored up well, this way. Basically we just took data out of there. Science we can do inside the crew hatch, taking it out, so it actually took hatch to science as a scientist. And restore it. So we're going can do a quick mystery go. I'm going to do a quick crew report. As you can see, now we can pop our parachute. So, mystery goo, observation flying at Kerbin. The goo is jiggling. So, wobbling around the breath flies. We're going to keep that experiment. As you can see, we've been able to actually do a crew report. And that crew report is flying over us. This allowed us to, again, makes of science. Now we're going to warp. But warp can be a bit deadly. If you click this button here, see that's sea level. This is actually land level. You can swap it. Land. But yeah, we want to be a bit careful with going too fast with the warp when we're landing. It cause a bit of an impact when like you don't lose as much speed as you should have. In theory, this craft is not going to have any problems because it's going way under 10 ms. Nice and easy. However, we have actually just landed on the iron. We can keep this here. Then we can do another EVA report outside. And that EVA report is from Kerbin Shores. That's the area we are now. Oh, a little bit of biome here. We have a weird graphic issue that we've had for a while. Don't know how to fix it. And then we can board the ship again. We can actually die. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so let's EVA again. Same rule as before. We're going to take all the data. We're going to get back in. We're going to do a crew report. And then we're going to cover the vessel. So, we just gained quite a bit of science. Next thing you want to do is basically straight away upgrade the mission center. Okay, so mission control now has a maximum of 7 quests. First thing we're going to take is orbit Kerbin, escape the atmosphere. Now these ones are a bit awkward to do, and I recommend to do them in the plane. And some of these missions aren't. Sometimes you have to read into them. So say for example where it says like haul this hammer solid fuel booster type of booster, it wants you to get it up to it needs to be flying, it needs to be in Kerbin, you need to have it, so you're hauling it, and it needs to hit this altitude. However, it needs to be going between this speed, which would be doable from that altitude. However, that's going to be a bit annoying. So we look at this one. So here we just need to test it. This is different than hauling. This would be actually to test or use the part itself. One's altitude is 17 to 25, and that's quite a small speed. Basically, we'd want to get up to round about that altitude and sort of minimize our speed in between there, and then do the test. So this one is obviously test a parachute between altitudes of 5,000 and 11,000, between speeds of 20. That's very, very easy. As you can see down here, we get advances. We get completion, we get completion money, we get science, and we get reputation. Science is the blue, reputation is the stars. So we're going to have a nice... okay, so this one, it wants me to do it while orbiting. However, it gives us a Very nice advance. So I am going to take that one. This one, suborbital trajectory. So basically, I believe that is. I can't remember what suborbital trajectory is top of my head. I think that's basically. It's sort of orbit, but not orbit, maybe. Or maybe it's coming back from orbit? I can't remember. It's suborbital, which means it's not orbital. Could be before. Okay. This one I don't like. This one we could probably do. That one's quite easy. This was the haulers, flee. Basically, okay, yeah. So once I understand what this wants. This one would want us to go out into like the atmosphere. So obviously in this game, that is above altitude curving, and that is when you enter like there's very, very little forces interacting with you because you're basically in space. It's like there's no atmospheric pressure. And do what? But take it. Swivel, that's quite easy as well. And then I'm not going to take that one. Okay. I can't grade, so yeah. Right. We're going to get some sights. I am going to turn my thruster bit down. Gonna aim for one of the buildings next to us. Ooh. Yeah, that'll do. So you could go to like the runway, build a little rover and do this, but I find that it's actually... Oh, so I forgot something. We forgot to invest our science into more science. Gathering materials, like gathering equipment, basically. Would have made this a little bit easier. So, you know what? We can revert the flight. We can go back to vehicle assembly. We can leave. And we can go into research and development. So realistically, it's better for you to go down this path first, but you do have to sort of go into rocketry as well. So you can see like this Beijing rocketry, German rocketry, heavy rocketry, and that's like very heavy rockets for sending like huge stuff up. This one down here is like stability, general construction, aviation for building planes. And then obviously goes into like supersonic planes, high altitude flights, hypersonic flights, heavy aerodynamics for the big planes, heavy landers. However, down this route, just generic 101. So we're going to take that first of all. And then we're going to take survivability. The reason why we did that is because it gives us the thermostat, which collects science, and it gives us the press barometer, and we are short of science to be able to get a science. The next science thing we want is a science lab, so we're going to go back in here. It's going to use exactly the same design because I am lazy. Oh, we're just going to whack some extra bits on. We do not want to clip that door, really. Don't want the Kerbal not to be able to get out. And we're going to leave Bob in control this mission. So, first thing we can do is we can, seeing as we got new science on the this. Okay. And then we are going to blast off. A bit dodgy like. And hang on, we need to then log pressure to fly in. We also need to get a temperature. So yeah, there's some extra science there as well. Don't need to do a crew report right now. Yeah, this is going to land nice and safe. Get these open. Ready? With these, you can always pin them. And yeah, we're going to be absolutely fine on this landing as well. So yeah, something that's recommended to do is obviously go all to little buildings first to just get science that you need. Or you. Airport, thank you very much, and I'll get back in. Go crew. For that. Now we should be able to afford a science unit. And science is incredibly important. So essentially, science is important until you can get this. Mobile process. You can get that around, say, the month in like a station, scientific station, is what I did before. Yeah, essentially that is an endless stream of science. You can get a science you've collected, put it into that lab with scientists in the lab, and they will continuously make science out of that science. That's basically where we want to aim. Because as soon as we get that, we can get that up and running. Everything else can be unlocked, like time skipping essentially. Not the most exciting, but how it works. Right, we can't upgrade that yet. Let's now we need to do this. Still have, bear with me. We'll have our Bob, right? So Bob can actually reset this because he's a scientist. This is actually a one-time use item. But because Bob's a scientist, he has the ability to fix it. So what we're able to do now, we're able to form them. Okay, and we're gonna okay. Whether we're gonna restore, and then we're gonna go sort of different angle, but then I need to also conduct another one. This time we're gonna leave it for a second. Or pull my parry. Close it up. We're a bit heavy this time, that's not good. Okay, so this is, we should be fine. I'm pretty sure we landed that area last time, which possibly station development, and I'm pretty sure this is that. Boom. Okay, apparently we've already been to the astronaut complex. No, however, we have not done that here. So let's. Do you not collect this? Oh no, because we did it again in space. Not in space while flying. No. And then there's the mess. Get that little bit. Landed. We pretty much landed it last time, didn't we? So let's get that. Just a little bit of science. Again. Helps us out. Okay. What I might actually do, for the sake of it, we haven't upgraded this yet, but obviously this is Kerbal. It's basically, yes, for the Kerbals. It's not like our actual solar system. The moon is called the Mun. Yeah. And then just past that, go a bit further out. That's just what's rotating Earth. Well, Kerbal? Kerbal. And then go further out, we got Eve, Moho, Drez, Duna, Jewel. Hello? There, go on, man. Oh, cool, thank you. Bye. Love you. Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's get out of the big picture a second. To be here. We would like to be research and development. Realistically, right now, I'm going to take that. I also very tempted to just take creation. However, we might not. Pump ourselves down some rocketry. Okay. We're going to do the same again. Because I want to try and get this science. As I say, it's much easier to do. Build a little rover, we could have gone to each place. Rather than me trying catapult. Right, we just landed on the runway, didn't we? No, we went over. Nope. Yeah, we went over. Let's keep in shorts. To be fair, take a big science from here. Get a 7. And then what we'll do is we'll either work on options a little bit. Get any more science. Okay, so we know what 21 science, which we could get stable. Might just do. I'm going to do it for the sake of doing it, because some of my rockets I could really just a bit, you know. Right, so we're going to start a new one. We need to escape the atmosphere. There is a way to do this. Now, obviously, we could extract the science while we're up there. However, it's probably not best to do that right now. What I'm thinking is a direct just try and get the orbit and obviously escape the planet at the same time. I think we can do a mission, which is we'll work through with this. That one, right? 12. Okay. So what we're going to do, put a little one there. Oh, I don't know. We're just sort of winging it. We're not using the maths. What I want to do is 141. Right. So basically, because we're going to be entering the planet again, we want to lose much weight as possible on the way back. Yeah, like. First thing we're going to want is a heat shield. Basically, this stops us just burning through atmospheric pressure and through entry. Okay, and this is not. Is it coming on? No. So we want to and pop that there, pop that there. This. Okay. Reliant. So the difference between the Reliant and the Swivel. Swivel has gimbal. You don't really ever really want it to be at 100. Make do that basically. Okay, and then we're gonna go. Oh, lost it again. Then I add one of them. No, I don't actually. We're going to be able to pull this off. However, I'm a bit sneaky. Okay, can't use that many parts. We are. So if we swap this to just a 2. Get it on the angle. Yeah. Right. And then we're going to push this in. Okay, and then we're going to want to take it off a little bit. So we're taking off like snapping. Bring this down. Give that a go. However, Reliant. That Reliant. Okay, so Reliant. So the thing with Reliant, and we are overweight. Is a bit shit. Because they don't have gimbal, they are best used at this stage, really. Now let's redefine this a little bit. So, oh, shit. That's that, right? Can't do any more with that. Can, however, strip that down a bit. We need the thing I just got, which is these. Okay, and the last thing I want. But there. I don't know if that's a double winglet there, to be fair. Yeah, that's pretty fucking tasty for a second craft. This will... However... Yeah. Really, we need to escape, yeah. So how long... Oops, rise up. Okay, so we got currently... Just go here. It's a tough. You got... Theory, I don't like to... What's this? Usually the way it's just spread. That's like drag. So it's like 3 separate points of drag. 4. 5. Okay, oh, we can actually... Oh, we move. Oh, come on. Use a gimbal. Right. Still, just want to put it on. Hopefully that's gonna do it. Perfect. Go. Going quiet. Right, look. Just fortunately crash back down. We are no SpaceX. And unfortunately do too much with rescuing either. You put a lot of parachute. Like do have to load 2 and do. You might not get the orbit. Already going too slow. Hang on, I'll speed up. Buffed it. Yeah, we're not getting off this one. Yeah, basically, we did the right thing. We just didn't have enough. Have done it. Oh. Okay. Together. Did we ever escape? No, we didn't. Right, we can do this better. So let's launch. That was a fine issue. I mistimed it. A little bit of an angle on that. Screw it. Oh, wait. This is why we didn't put an angle on that. Luckily, the wings. Come on. That's gonna go. You can see. That's another very bad plane. Oh my god, look, yeah, experiences do. And that's why you don't turn too early. That's cool. To be fair, we didn't even turn last time. We turned way late. If not, we'll just go strip us all. Gets to that cluster. Okay, we might even need this for our stuff, which would mean that we would have less weight. Oh yeah, we got to turn that. Oh, it wants to climb though. Yeah, this was a bit of a makeshift design, to be honest. Been done a lot simpler. Alright, we're just going to escape the atmosphere on this one anyway. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that definitely escapes the atmosphere. Does it? Oh no. 1,000 meters. 100 Dead. They wanted to. Oh wait, that's a solid fleet booster. We could have orbited. That's not a good angle for us to come back down on. See now that we're on a horrible angle. Essentially, just outside. I have a feeling we're just going to splash. Not even like getting. That's not looking good. Getting re-entry now. 30,000 meters on a fucking very nasty angle. Down. Wait. Oh, safe. Okay. We were so light. over water. Water. Smash up your. Literally just capture. So, in theory, we should be fine. Wait to come down, unfortunately. We set up our quiet just to be safe. Oh, one of my favorite things at this point. Oh, you know, some unlock in one of the. It's in the astronaut complex. Allow you to do EVs. All in. Want to watch out for warp. That's going to be a minute. Speed up. Ooh, let it pull out. Okay. So, we didn't escape the atmosphere. We could have. Well, no, we did escape the atmosphere. We didn't go into orbit. However, we do know definite sure now. Hence the suborbit. I thought we'll break. Let's see. Grab this, take board it. So we did one mission out of 6 we selected. Massive. Though. Apeshit. That's not. That's actually leaping and curving. Oh, not like. Oh, escaping the atmosphere, but like escaping the trajectory of the like actual planet itself. Okay. So we've got a bit of science. Don't have it. Realistically, I want to. I love it. What we're gonna do? Yeah. Right off. We're just gonna do this. We ain't even gonna move, basically. Legs. Boom. Switch the sim. Switch editor into plane editor. It allowed me to just automatically do it. Oh, bad. Oh, I didn't. How you do? Scientist. Yep. Yep. That's all. It's from. So this is Kerbal Space. Again, it counts as biome. Yes, I. Of the vessel. Okay. So before this episode, I'm going to call this episode Atom. We know. Adventure. Which will help us. This time. How can you make? That allows us to make more parts. Okay. Hit this. With science unit. Got a service bay. To the service bay. Because we don't have the battery that I was we're gonna add one. That is literally What about that? Okay. Okay. What we will do sometimes use. I think we'll be alright about basically getting orbit of a collecting site at some point. Okay, so we need to start with a because it's a little bit heavier. Back up. And then the next thing I'm going to need is the sink. Again, we'll stop us blowing up as soon as we go into re-entry. If I could stop backing out my game, Jesus Christ. Right, heat shield. No, there's a little one. And we want. Okay, how many parts have we got? 15 parts. So. these. You know what? It's like 3 times it. We could. Thoughts? Look. Don't turn off. Oh, so. Pop that in. Down. On. How many points? Perfect. And give it a go. Oh shit, my head. I don't think I should get bonus. Give it a go. See what happens. See if we can oh, we've got Jeb for this. Exit. That's what it is. Oh, great, I'm not. Using so much fuel, bro. Right. Oh. Craft. Well. Like. Good. Not quite what we wanted. I don't think we're going to do with this. I think. First. Oh. Maybe for like. cable now. Either way, see if we can get some science. Rip. That. Sort of. Great. Not gonna. Ain't no way. Okay. Retro. Opposite pro grade. Essentially, we do not want to be going down with this cone facing forward. That service. Once again, on the other end, we're essentially testing missile, and we are guaranteed. You know, we're not going to lose any speed anymore. Oh, we will. We wouldn't lose that again. I want to. You should be like right, a bit of a panic. See how I'm sort of angling myself right now. But there. Sort of like a breaking pebbles. Oh, shows up. Flat, flat, flat. Side on. Oh, it worked. Okay, we're fine. We can even do a parachute. Right, that's 1 hour in. That is probably the worst Kerbal tutorial you'll ever watch. But that is a basic understanding of how to get as far as I did now. Basic understanding, terminology, and where to go, what to start the game. But we'll keep working on this. I'm going to turn it into a YouTube series more than so, yeah, good. Get this down. We'll see how much science we got. Go for that. Takes. Like, follow, subscribe, all that. Okay. Enjoy this cable con. So yeah, Kerbal's like a very, very neat. I used to just send rockets. You know? I realised I didn't need to just go straight up. I needed to go faster than the planet was spinning. And the only way to do that was to the planet. And that's basically get above 30,000 M. Or in this game. Literally, just at that point you're outside of space, make sure that you're aimed angled, and then you want to boost across that trajectory line, like when it starts to bend out. Seeing for due to the quickly, but right. So we may actually smash our entire fucking ship to bits here. Water is a bit. Right, that was beautiful. Got 100 science. Come on. Pressurization. I start getting clamps, so docking ports. Go down electrics. Start making probes. So yep, that's SUMIVEX out. That's episode 1. Basic understanding tutorial. Anyway. So thank you very much. I hope you follow, like, subscribe. It does me a massive favour. And catch me live on Twitch at twitch.com.
Space. The final frontier. With Ace Kerbal Knox at his disposal. His kind. Blast off into the cosmos. Will he leave Jeb stranded on the Mun? As usually, or will Jeb become a legend among his kind? With Kerbal engineering, constructing rockets from barely legal parts that are held together by tape and hope. Can he prosper with the ever-present threat of the Kraken, ripping ships apart like they're nothing but a noodle? SUMIVEX, create a SpaceX of his own. In today's Kerbal space program, Sumi will explain basic fundamentals of rocket science he barely understands. Sumi Space Enterprise.